And if you have socket, the engine is aligned and running, and now we have to connect the throttle cables, connect the fuel lines to the engine, and reposition the water muffler before we can finally leave the mooring in Balboa Yacht Club and test everything for real. Alright, so on my new engine, the exhaust is on port side, and my old engine, the exhaust was on starboard. So the water lock was sitting where I'm sitting right now, so we're trying to figure out where to put this guy so the hose isn't too bent and so that we don't have too much of a length going on. And I was just checking the manual, because the Germans always read the manuals. Mm-hmm. And so you can see you have to have a drop of 30 centimeters if you go 30 centimeters of length. Now look at these great measurement tools that we have here at hand. So from here, 30 centimeters down to the middle of the water lock. I'd say that works just fine. Just gotta build something for underneath here so it sits at level, and then usually this is where I have a little piece of wood, so I need to cut up a little hole into the piece of wood so the exhaust goes through there. But it's actually not as bad as we thought. Oh, and obviously we have to, right now the exhaust is coming through here, so we got to clear the old midget hole and actually lead it through this way. So it comes in here and goes directly onto the water lock. Could take an hour, could take 4. The repositioning of the exhaust hose went quite well, and I only had to cut away a bit of the floorboards to make it fit into its new position. Okay. I just checked the main, and I checked the Genoa, and checked the anchor. It's the first time that Karl moved in by himself in about a year. So my knees are a little wobbly, and my stomach is going like whoa, like washing machine turns, and it's a bit crazy. I hope everything's gonna go well. Just said goodbye to a couple of people here in the marina, and it reminds me a bit of the old times back in Shelter Bay. How many times I've said goodbye to people, and then Karl and me came back into the marina like yeah, we're back, and then kind of saying goodbye became this little funny thing that I didn't actually really want to say goodbye. But you know, still you gotta put your trust into each and every new trial, and that's what we're doing. And I'm gonna fire up little red birdie now, and go over to Flamenco Marina and fuel Karl up and get him some water, and then hopefully we're gonna make it over to Boga. Fingers crossed. I'm not really sure what's happening. It feels like something that I haven't felt in a long time. And Karl's going really smoothly. We're doing 5 knots with 1700 RPM, and there's no weird sounds or anything. I think the alignment is pretty good. There's good water. The temperature's fine. Moving really smoothly through the water. There's a big thunderstorm we're running away from. And it's I'm a bit overwhelmed. It feels good to be on the way and to be off the paying mooring, and instead of paying bills, to be filling our hearts with the sea and the wind again. We had to run the engine in, so we had to do 15 minutes at each 25, 50, 75 and 100% throttle. So we did a couple of loops in the vicinity of Flamenco Marina where we wanted to fuel up. Holy moly! We're doing 7.3 knots! Yay! 15 minutes at 2,800 RPM was quite the ride, and Karl was just flying over the water. And I think if anybody watched us, they probably thought we were a tiny bit insane, speeding around like crazy in circles for an hour. It had already gotten a little bit late and the fuel dock was busy, so we decided to postpone fueling up to the next morning and anchor up in Las Brisas for the night. The trial run went super well. It is pure bliss to be back at anchor, and we will head over to Las Perlas tomorrow to meet up with our chuffed friends Sheddy and Joel. But more about that next week.